Guys, what's up? Today I'm going to demonstrate MCP LLM on making fixes to static analysis violations. So the example project here is this one, and I'll be using the Parasoft C++ test installed here. Standard 2025.2, okay, for the static analysis, okay, and this version of Parasoft also has an MCP server, this one. So this MCP server will help the LLM to fix the static analysis violations. Otherwise, although an LLM is very powerful, it can do anything like delete databases or refactor code, but it is arguably better if the LLM is being guided by an MCP, the specific MCP that knows what needs to be done, and that MCP is coming from Parasoft. Okay, so I will open the project in VS Code, and I will create a new profile so that I will keep my VS Code intact. So it's really a good practice, guys, to create a new profile. Okay, so you will not clobber your VS Code settings with lots of plugins. So test one. Now, after creating the profile, you have to switch to that profile. Okay, so now I will install the plugin from Parasoft here. Okay, go to this and look for here on Parasoft. This one. Click the install button, and this is the plugin. And click the gear icon. Click the settings, and the path of where you install the Parasoft standard, paste it here. Okay. And then the compiler family, I need to adjust to 13 because I have GCC 13. If I open the command line and see I have GCC 13, and it has to match with a GCC 13 compiler family. Okay. Next, since the Parasoft has a bundled MCP, I'll need to register it here. Right now, if I click this configure, there's no MCP server here. So the MCP server is this one. This is a command line stdio type MCP server. It is local only. So it's not web-based, it's not cloud-based. It is designed to run locally in your laptop. It does not reach out to any cloud services. It is just pure local. So I will click Ctrl-Shift-P and then search for MCP add server. And then select the command stdio type and paste the path of the MCP server. Press enter. I will name it as 123, and I will select workspace. So it created an MCP.json, which if you type get status here, and this is that MCP JSON that it created. So this is the MCP server name, and this is the path of executable MCP server. You can also verify that by clicking this configure tools, and here it is. It's here now. All right, so let's start our static analysis. I will click Ctrl-Shift-P and analyze project. So static analysis should start any minute now. Static analysis has started. The rules is recommended rules. You can see it here. Let's give it a second. And it's done. There are 6 violations, and here they are. You can click to these violations and see for yourself. Every violation has an ID. Okay, so like for example, this one, the ID is init06. This one is optimization, OPT14. This one is coding standard, CPP04. So every violation has an ID in the Parasoft nomenclature. Okay, because I have an MCP server here which understands this ID, and the LLM, of course, is the brain of the entire thing, but it does not understand what this identifier means. But the MCP knows what this identifier means. So I will ask the LLM, which is Copilot, to fix all detected violations of the static analysis scan. I will press enter. So the LLM, of course, will try to reason with this command. But then as soon as it encounters this ID, it will need help from the MCP server. It will ask the MCP server what needs to be done. The MCP server will reply with code snippets and documentation. So that will give the LLM an idea of how to fix these violations. Imagine you can also request a lot of stuff in a chat GPT, and the chat GPT is going to delete your database or rename your code, whatever. That is why I think it's very important that an MCP server is the guide that will help the LLM do what needs to be done. It is the guiding hand of AI, the MCP instructions. So let's wait while the LLM is fixing the violations. So right now you can imagine that the LLM and the MCP are talking. I will click this skip button. So it is the LLM that is doing changes to the code, not the MCP server, okay? The MCP server is just a backup actor right there in the corner, but the LLM is the main actor doing the code changes. If there's something that the LLM does not understand, like, hey, what is meant by this violation? It will ask the MCP server. The MCP server will reply back with additional context, and the LLM knows what to do after that. Okay, so it's still doing its thing. So remember, we asked the LLM to fix everything until no more violations. So the LLM is not going to stop until all violations are fixed. It will enter into a deadly loop, okay? Never stop, never tired until the problem is fixed. Oh, so it says all detected violations have been fixed. I think is there still okay, let me try to rerun again the analysis if indeed all violations have been fixed. Okay, there's one violation that is not fixed. Interesting. Okay, let me. Then you can argue with the LLM, of course. Hey, fix it. Okay, so we're asking again the LLM to review and fix that remaining violation. Sometimes these LLM guys are unpredictable. So you can see the ID is BDPBCC. So these are ID system from the Parasoft. So every violation has an ID. So the MCP server can parse this ID. I'll fix the remaining violation. Kept. Okay, no more problems have been detected. So let's wait for the LLM to perfect. All violations are now fixed. Okay, let me do one more run on my. Okay, analyze project. So take note that LLM is using the documentation that the Parasoft MCP server is giving to it in order to fix these violations. Okay, so it's fixed. No more violations. And then let's go to the get diff to see what files have changed. All right, so these are the changes that the LLM did. We can diff it one by one. Okay, for this violation, it added a const reference. For this one, it extracted the assignment outside the if condition. A string, it converted it to a const reference. From now, return the proper object. Added the explicit keyword in the constructor. And this one, still the same. Okay, the destructor has added the virtual keyword. So you can see, guys, that's it. So that's how an LLM, like the co-pilot, is being guided with an iron hand, okay, to fix the problem. For example, if we go to this BDPBCC, this is an ID system of every violation in the Parasoft rule system. Let me get this is a tool that I created that given a BDPBCC, it will tell me what exactly is this violation all about. BDPB, okay, because there are a lot of rules here and it's let me see what this violation is all about. What? Mm, okay. Authenticator app. Okay. So BDPBCC is all about this stuff. And it has an example on the repair. So it's documentations like this that the Parasoft MCP server knows intimately, giving it out back to the LLM, and that this is how an LLM knows what needs to be done, because there are additional reference here from the standard that invented or created these guidelines, and there's even a code snippets example. So we've seen that for every violation ID, LLM knows the Parasoft MCP knows what that violation ID means, uh, return it back to the LLM Copilot, and that is why the Copilot has confidently able to fix the violation. Otherwise, without an MCP that is dedicated to safety critical C and C++ programming, of course, the LLM can do a lot of things on its own, but um, is it doing the right thing without the guide of an MCP, of the Model Context Protocol? So that's it, guys, for this session.